in a little mud hut. And so he gives me the mic, and I take the mic, and I begin to preach. And obviously, I was not going to take the offering. What am I going to take from them? You know what I mean? I'd be a very terrible, stingy preacher to take anything from poor people. And so I grab the mic, and I start to preach. And as I open my mouth, the Lord speaks to me and says, preach on prosperity. Lord, do you know where I'm standing? Is something gone wrong? Do you not see where I'm standing here right now? You want me to preach on prosperity to these people? I can't preach prosperity here. People will think I'm crazy. Then the Lord asked me a question. He said, son, do you preach healing to the healthy or to the sick?
Come on.
I said, And the Lord continued and said, do you preach prosperity to the poor, or do you preach prosperity to the rich?
Yes.
Come on.
Ouch.
That kind of makes sense. So I said, great, Lord. So I opened the Bible and started preaching on prosperity. So I went to preach on prosperity. And as I was preaching, the Lord said, now receive an offering. And the Lord spoke me to you and take that offering back with you. And I said, Lord, you had me preach on prosperity. Like that wasn't enough. Now you want me to take an offering. What is wrong with you? I said, I'm not taking the offering. And the Lord spoke to me and said, if you don't take the offering, I'm going to take your prosperity away from you.
Ouch.
Come on.
And so basically the Lord was saying, you don't believe what you preach.
Yes.
And so I said that, well, I'll keep my prosperity. I kind of like having that. I tried poor, I did not like it. Amen. And so I'm not going to go back to that. So I said, no, I'm going to receive the offering today. So I said, I'm going to receive an offering. And as I said that, people jumped up from the seats. Seats. And they ran up to the front. And they started throwing whatever they had on the pulpit. And some people went home, brought tomatoes, whatever. Brought rice, they brought potatoes, they brought everything that they could find. They're all farmers and whatever. So they went and brought everything that they had, and they laid it down at the altar. And I'm looking at that, and I'm bawling my eyes out, because I had never seen that kind of generosity ever in my life. And I looked at it all, and I was weeping, and I started prophesying over the pastor. I said, by the time I see you next time, you will not be in the same place. The Lord's going to give you a big building. And I started prophesying whatever I saw in my spirit. And I walked away. And about 9 months later, I come back to have a conference in the very same city. And as I came back from the conference, I totally had forgotten about the entire situation. I got on my plane, and I started walking out. As I started walking out, this man comes out of nowhere and grabs me and picks me up. Now my security team was not very happy. They grabbed him and pulled him. What the heck is wrong with you? What are you doing? And the guy looks at me and says, do you not recognize who I am? And I said, no, I don't. And he said to me, well, do you remember that little church that you came to the last time you came? In the middle of nowhere. I said, yeah, I remember that. Then I'm that same pastor. I said, oh, great. I said, what are you doing here? And he says, well, I want you to come back to my church today.
Okay, thank you.
I'm like, here we go again. I said, well, it's almost 8:45, 9 p.m. By the time I get there, it'll be like 11 p.m. and 10:45, 11 p.m. in the night. It'll be too late. He said, no, I told my church we were coming today, and they're sitting and waiting there for me.
Okay, true.
And I didn't know what time you were landing, so I waited all day to find out when you were going to come.
God.
So I said, all right, I'll come with you. And so I started driving within the same road, the same forest and everything, except this time it was pitch black. I can't see anything. And we